What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? It's your guy Q, the movie collector here again, back with another 4K video review. And on today's video, I know I'm very much late to the party for this, but I wanted to talk about my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie. And that is, well, it's not my favorite. Take that back. The original is my favorite. But next to the original, I want to talk about A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. Now, as you guys can see here, very nice steelbook. This did come a part of the steelbook collection from Warner. And yeah, so it's a really nice, beautiful presentation. I don't think I went in depth with it when I originally showed this off. But there you've got Mark Patton there. It's Jesse there during the scene where he discovers the glove there. But just in case you guys have never seen it before, and I know the second one it's one of those where you got some people who absolutely love it. You got some people who despise it. I'm one of the ones who love it. Mainly because part 2 pretty much breaks the rules for the most part, as far as the rules that were set by the first film. So part 2 starts off. You've got the traditional opening. You've got a kid sitting back of the bus, basically getting dropped off. They're wondering why they're speeding past a stop, only to go off into this dirt land, and they quickly discover that Freddy's driving the bus, and next thing you know, he comes up to try to swipe him. Dude wakes up, screaming, having a nightmare. So enter Jesse, who is him and his family had just moved into Nancy's old house, and he goes to school and everything, but he still keeps having these nightmares. And on one particular night, he has a nightmare. Freddy comes into his dreams, and he basically utters the infamous line, "You've got the body, and I've got the brain." Basically just symbolizing that, him and Freddy are going to be one. Freddy's going to use him to get to people in the real life. So Jesse becomes basically a vessel for Freddy to take over and basically get rid of people and exact his revenge on a lot of the Elm Street children. But yeah, I won't spoil it because I'm not the kind of person that spoils movies per se. But this one was my favorite for a number of reasons. Like I said, number one, it breaks the rules. It makes Freddy, in my opinion, way more threatening than the whole dream scenario, because he's able to enter the real world by taking over someone else's body and going about wreaking havoc. The swimming pool party at the end, classic Freddy. But it's also my favorite because it has my favorite Freddy design, his makeup. They call he's been called over the years like the witch Freddy, because he kind of has like a witch look, and it's done by the great Kevin Yeager, the same guy who basically designed the Chucky doll, and he's done so many other different styles of makeup over the years. Kevin Yeager is a legend. But that makeup style is my favorite out of the entire franchise. I loved it. I've just never been a fan of the finger knives instead of the glove. I've always been a glove guy. I love the glove. But yeah, this is my favorite one out of the bunch. And the special features on here, granted, they didn't add anything new to it. Same special features that you get from the past releases of the film. And to those that say, they need to add new stuff, I mean, they've added everything you possibly know about the franchise. And I'm going to defend that to the end. They didn't need to add anything new. If there's something you ever wanted to find out about the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, do yourself a favor, go import Never Sleep Again, or you could just buy it digitally. Watch that way. I think it's like an 8-hour documentary on the entire series of Nightmare on Elm Street. They don't leave any stone unturned on there. So if there's ever anything you wanted to find out about this film, as well as the others, I highly suggest you buy that documentary. It is great. But even then, the bare bones stuff that they give you in this, I mean, it's decent material. You get to find out a little bit of other things. The other thing that I forgot to mention is that this is my favorite score. One of my favorite scores out of the movies. This is one of my favorite scores, and most people forget to bring this up. Christopher Young, the composer who did the Hellraiser score, he did the score for this movie. He did the score for this movie. And it just kills me that they never released a score of this film digitally on CD or even vinyl. If there is, drop me a link down below because I would love to have it. I love the score to this film so much. But yeah, let's talk about transfer because that's realistically why we're here. I thought what they did with the transfer of this film was outstanding, was very, very much outstanding. Now, keep in mind, you got some naysayers out there that will say things like, oh, well, it looks just as good as the first movie that they redid. It has DNR and all that stuff. No, there's grain there. It's very light grain, but it's not DNR. I don't care what anybody says. I will fight you. There's no DNR on this. It looks very clean. There's still some grain in there, but the colors, man, the colors, the dark levels in certain scenes was absolutely perfect. One of the scenes that really stood out to me was the outdoor scenes in this movie. I thought they looked fantastic. The scenes in the dark where, especially when Freddy meets up with Jesse and does the infamous line, "You've got the body, I've got the brain." That scene where he's showing the light hitting his eyes, that looks so good too. But yeah, this is definitely one of the better transfers out of the set. I thought it looked fantastic. That's not the only thing that this shined at. The other thing that shined too was the Atmos track that they did for this movie. I thought that Atmos track was very faithful to the original audio track that this movie came with, which it also contains with this release. I thought it remained very, very faithful. Very, very faithful. The scene at the very beginning of the movie where Freddy's stalking them on the bus, you can basically hear, it makes it sound like that you're inside the bus. And when he comes down with the claws scraping the top of the ceiling and coming down to take him out, it sounded amazing. Yeah, the Atmos for this was a treat. It was definitely a treat. Now, it's not one of those where it's gonna knock your socks off, where it's like reference quality, but I enjoyed it. I very, very much enjoyed the Atmos track from this. And but yeah, for one of my favorite Friday the 13th, not Friday, I keep saying Friday the 13th. Why I got that on the brain? For one of my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street films, Warner Brothers did this justice. I really love the transfer, I love the sound and everything. Highly, highly recommend this. If they ever decide to release them separately, I highly recommend it. And still, if you weren't able to get the Steelbook set, get the regular set if you're a fan. You will enjoy all of the movies, but this one in particular was outstanding. But that's what I got for you guys today. Like I said, as promised, I'm gonna go through and review every film in the set. But yeah, I really enjoyed rewatching this again because it's been a while since I've seen this. So, but yeah, what's some things you guys enjoyed about this transfer? What were some things that were some standouts to you guys if you own it? Let me know below in the comments, and also let me know if did you get your Steelbook collection, and if you didn't, are you still waiting, or did you opt to get the standard? Let me know. Let me know down below. I want to know about that. But if you guys enjoyed the video as well as my other videos, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I would definitely appreciate that. I definitely appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. But until the next time, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.